As part of efforts to enhance agricultural production in Kogi State, the Governor Yahaya Bello has commissioned mechanized agricultural equipment worth millions of naira. At the unveiling of the equipment in the state capital, Lokoja, the governor appealed to government officials not to divert the equipment to personal use, as that will not be tolerated.
40 tractors, 40 reagers, 40 harrows, 40 plows and 1,500 tillers are just some of the equipment commissioned, all to be distributed to local farmers at no cost to boost their production.
We are very confident that in 2018 we shall be receiving even better support than we did in 2017. In other words, 2018 holds a better promise for us in agriculture than 2017. And with all this, Your Excellency, I know in no distant time, our joblessness will be a thing of the past in Kogi State. Food security will be assured, and everybody will benefit from all these programs, and together we shall give glory to Almighty.
According to the Kogi State Chief of Staff, Mr. Edward Onoja, the state government is not stopping there.
Federal government is hoping and believing and has already agreed to institute a cashew processing plant in Kogi East.
Governor Bello called on the youth and women of the state to embrace agriculture, and he warned the respective local government administrators not to divert the equipment to personal use.
The tractors will not be given to administrators. It will be given to agri-implement or farm implement managers, who will ensure that if you use these tractors, you will pay for it. The tractors will be maintained, it will be readily available, and it will serve for as long as those maintenance is carried out. Not those days that tractors will be purchased and sent to the local government. The local government's chairman, through the collaboration of the so-called elders or the leaders or stakeholders, will do away with those tractors, and even the common people will not have access to it. That is not the way. We want to utilize it to the best of our ability.
Hereby commission this confluence rice. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
The governor also presented the locally produced rice called confluence rice, 50 bags of which were ordered for distribution to all the electoral wards across the state for the Yuletide celebrations.
And from there we move to Taraba State. The government seems to be taking a cue from Benue State with the decision to fully enforce the anti-grazing bill passed into law by the State House of Assembly. Governor Darius Ishiaku says the law will bring to an end the persistent clashes between herdsmen and farmers, which constantly threaten the peaceful coexistence in the state.
Taraba State has had its fair share of clashes between herders and farmers, resulting in loss of lives and property. To bring an end to these conflicts, the Taraba State government sponsored a bill which was passed by the State House of Assembly a few months ago, despite opposition. The Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Peter Abel, says they'll do their job by putting the state first.
I want to assure you that as a responsible House of Assembly, we will do our job putting Taraba State first before any group of individuals.
The Governor, Ishaku Darius, says the anti-grazing law will be beneficial to all the people of the state.
Ranching is coming to provide better facilities and then to prevent the continuous clashes between the farmers and the grazers. I have set up committees. One committee to enlighten the herdsmen, another committee to enlighten the farmers.
Also speaking on the need for peaceful coexistence, an elder statesman, General Theophilus Danjuma, who is also an indigene, appeals to the people of Taraba to live in peace with one another, without which there will be no development.
I will plead with everybody, every member of the community, especially the community leaders, to ensure that we have peace.
The anti-grazing law will be operational by the end of January next year. The state government says the law will bring an end to the incessant clashes between herdsmen and farmers in the state.
A peace meeting has been held in Jos, the Plateau state capital, as efforts continue to find a lasting solution to the constant clashes between herdsmen and farmers. A non-governmental organization is supporting the government efforts to end this crisis, calling on communities to take up the responsibility of ensuring the sustenance of peace.
Communities in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, have felt the pain of clashes between farmers and herdsmen, as well as ethnic-religious tension in Jos North. There have been various attempts to get the violence to stop, and this peace summit organized by a non-governmental organization is one of the latest. The commander of Operation Safe Haven says while security agencies are on ground to enforce peace, it's up to the communities to ensure it's sustained.
In the plateau today, we have a complex mix of both military, the police, and the rest of the security agencies who are tasked to ensure that lives and property are protected. It is from this point that we draw the mandate of Operation Safe Haven, and it is from this point that we also have a drawdown of the objectives that is given for us to achieve. Okay? And this also goes down to the various tasks that is given to every member of the complex mix of Operation Safe Haven that you find on the road, on the streets, at checkpoints, searching your houses at intervals, arresting people, and doing so many other things.
Some of the other speakers echoed this call.
Conflict comes in different perspectives, from the natural human perspective right to the political aspect of conflict. And it is this political aspect of conflict that we have found ourselves most often having to battle ourselves with. Most critically, once we appreciate the root cause of our problems, it will be very easy for us to resolve it.
If we all agree in this forum that Nigerians should remain peaceful, inshallah, it will remain peaceful. We cannot continue in bloodshedding, animosity, and barbarism anymore. It is a time to call a spade a spade. It's a time to return Plateau to where we used to know. It's a time to return Plateau to the original Plateau of 1990, 1980s, 1970s. A time where we don't know who is celebrating festive period, where Christians and Muslims, you cannot differentiate them in a Christian in a function. We must return Plateau back to that place.
The summit is another welcome development as various groups in the public and private sector add their voices to this call for the maintenance of peace and stability in Plateau State.